Shalom, Shalom, Israel. With the Hebrew Israelite, all right, coming in and week out to preach that beautiful gospel, okay, and chant down Babylon, all right, chanting down Babylon every Sabbath, man. That's what we do, all right. That's the calling, and we're making our election sure. So before we start, we will turn to the east as usual. We're going to give our praise Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Wahah, Rakah, Madash, all right. Double honors to the apostle of GMS. Obviously, for those who watch the Shine channel, they will know why I always mention GMS. We are an offspring of GMS, all right, and double honors to the others, the other, Zakwan elders who teach them well. Okay, peace salutation to the brother who are teaching it all across the globe, and shalom wa'ahab to the brother who are in this truth and sincerity. Okay, now, as you know, probably, can someone get 2nd Ezra 9? Yes, you don't have the button sign it. I need to do that. Let me give you this one.
Book.
Yeah. Because you have, huh?
Huh?
Yeah, I'll have to get it for you, man. Okay, man, hold on. Huh? No, but the way he does it is not. Now that one is not even before him going out. That's what No, that's 2nd Ezra 1, that's the one. Hold it. Yeah? Can you read 2nd Ezra 9? And we're gonna once again, and you have to understand, right? This truth is repetitive. Like when you're growing up, as you grow up, right? You got the A, B, C, D. You do that all the time for you to master it. Okay? When the artists, how do they master it? They listen to the music one more, repetitively, and then they're trying to sing it, and before you know it, they know their own song, like within a day, and they can go and perform it. All right, so repetition is the mother of all skill. All right, so we're gonna repeat 2nd Ezra 9:1 if you wanna read it. We're gonna repeat the precept, that because it's necessary. Let me see. That's right. Read it. Yes. Yeah, maybe 1 to 2. All right, so read that, and then we're gonna break it down, man. We're gonna measure the time. All right, we'll measure the time. Let's go.
Okay, this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure when. So it's like 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure down the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs.
Right, so measure that time. Read that again from the top.
To the top.
Again from the top, verse 1. You read this, say 2nd Ezra 9, verse 1, and then
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1.
Right?
He answered me then and said, measure down the time diligently.
Measure down the time diligently, right? So when we measuring the time, now I will read an article, and you will understand why I say this, right? For people who know, if you look around, you can see that the cryptocurrency, for example, a lot of people making money from it, right? Right, but on the flip side of it, what's happening is that just like a few years ago, we used to use the coin. When you jump on the bus, you use the coin, right? But now what happened is now you got the oyster. And then that even me, right? I remember I had cash in my pocket. I had 60 pounds. I used 20 pounds. Before I know it, the cash, I lost it 40 pounds. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, well, the card is better than, because the card, you're not gonna lose the money. You go and pay for it, right? So when you think about it, it's convenient for the simple mind. So people, if you look at people, like you got Kanye West saying that he never used cash for 4 years. Why? Because today you can just go on Amazon, you need your card is registered online, you click on the button, boom, you got the thing, it's done. Alright, you got people, a lot of people they got that, I don't use that, I don't even want to be bothered now. I'm too old school for that. But so they got their phone and they've got the card digitally, where the card is out, and then you just present it to that little thing, boom, and that's it. So basically what happened is that Esau was able to program the mind of people slowly but surely. Alright? Then you come to the money now. People want to making money online with cryptocurrency. But they're brainwashing you to be now, depending on that way of lifestyle, that lifestyle, the digital world. Right? So when we now measure the time, we understand. And when you now, the Bible calls us watchers. When you're a watcher, right? When you're in this truth, you have to know what's going on, man. Wake up in the morning, you check the news, you know what's going on. When you see the war in Russia, you can already link it up to the last, prophecy, the third war. You know what the third war is?
Third war.
Huh?
Say that again?
The third war.
Third war?
Yeah, the third war. Like,
is that Ukrainian?
In the Bible, what is the third war? Enlighten me. No. There's the first war. Sure. So you got the first war, which is the First World War. The second war, which is the Second World War. And then you got the third war, which is war is W-O-E. It means destruction.
Oh, whoa.
Right. War, but you know how I pronounce it. War, right? Thank you very much. War. War, right?
Oh, yeah.
This third war, right? Which is destruction. And in the Bible, it means like the Third World War. So when you see what's happening in the Ukraine and the Russia, you can now measure the time and understand that, wow, this is the beginning or the genesis of the Third World War. All right, that's coming. All right, and that's how we measure the time. So my point is, as watchers, you're supposed to look at things, events that happen in our society, and be able to connect it to the Word. You see what I'm saying? Then you know. That's why when you read Isaiah 33:6, it tells you more. I'm like, can you get Isaiah 33? We go into the Spirit. Go get Isaiah 33:6, and I will explain to you how important knowing. Because there's a lot of camps that I don't know. For example, there's camp that talks about the MOTD, let's call it that way, or Marcus. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right. Not being a cheat. That means they don't measure with the time. And what's going to happen is that a lot of those who follow them, all right, a lot of those who follow them will be in the trap. But what's going to happen? Because they don't believe in the mark, they will take the cheap. So what you did, not only you blasphemed against the Holy Spirit, because not like I explained in the previous video, when you don't take the cheap, you when you don't preach, when you say that the mark of the beast is not a cheap, yeah, you blaspheme against the Holy Spirit because you're taking away from the word, or you're adding up to the word, Not only you take that, now you got a multitude of people taking the cheap. That's what I'm saying. So the sentence of these brothers will be terrible. So it's important to walk through to be spiritual and to understand what's going on. All right. So now go to Isaiah. Go to Isaiah 33:6. Man. Let's see how important it is to have like the knowledge, like doing the work. Yeah, go on.
It's Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time.
Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time, man. Okay? Do you understand that? So it's not going to be the crypto, it's not going to be the money that you have. It's going to be your understanding of this knowledge, your understanding of what's going on. Because you, when excuse me, my friend, but when shit hit the fan, right? A lot of people panic. You see what happened when the confinement started, and a lot of people go walk, they go roll paper. How do you say it? Toilet paper. Because they were told that there's a shortage of toilet paper. They didn't even use the mind. They went boom, because people are not guided. They're not guided. They're not well guided. This truth allow you to be well guided and understand. So when the time comes where there's a famine, for example, we're not going to panic because we already know that it's something that's supposed to happen. For us, in order for us to get into this kingdom, we have to go through some pain. You know what I'm saying? So when you know that, what do you do now? If you know that in 1 year time there will be a destruction in this country, what do you do? What will you do? If you know that there will be destruction in this country and you know the truth, what will you do? If you knew it, if you had like the heads up, if the elite called you here and they say, yo, it's gonna be mad in 1 year. So what will you do?
I'll be more diligent in the work.
You prepare yourself. So this truth is actually the same thing as what happened in the Noah time when Noah was building the ark and people didn't believe in it. He was getting ready, but he was warning people about what was going to come. But because they never seen the rain, because at that time it wasn't raining, they didn't believe that it would come. When you're not accustomed to something, you don't believe that it will come. Do you know what I'm saying? People don't think. I was talking to one lady yesterday. I said, famine will come. She's like, nah, man, I don't believe so. You know why? Because she used to eat 3 times a day. She never had that reality. But it's gonna come. So now the wise men know what's up, but we don't have the riches to say, oh, I'm gonna go and buy some to stack up. You can stack up for how long? You're not like them rich people that can stack up for years. You can only stack up for a certain period of time. So the stacking up, the physical part of things ain't gonna be the most important thing. The spiritual side of things will be more important. All right, finish it. Will be more important, man. All right. So when you finish, what do you think is gonna be like? Is intertwined with what I'm saying? You want to bring it up?
Have the links up there.
All right. Bring it on.
Yeah. This is Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but a simple pass on and are
You got to
punished.
break it down. When you speak out, break it down.
So you're a prudent man going into a wise man. He's looking into the prophecies and he's thinking, you know what? I need to get more. What do you call it? I need to get tight with the Most High. A simple man, he doesn't understand the prophecies in the scripture, so he can't really prepare himself. It's like, if you want to be a footballer, you don't necessarily know what to do, you don't necessarily know the requirements. I mean, how are you going to prepare for football? How are you going to prepare for a football match? So the men of the Lord, they're looking to the prophecies, they're getting themselves more they're getting themselves more spiritually astute, they're getting themselves close to the Most High, so that's how you really prepare yourself. That's a prudent man.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, read it.
Finish off. Measure thou time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the science part.
So I take your time and read it. You go a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Let's bring it out, man. You gotta read.
It's a new book to read it.
Okay.
And when thou seest part of the science part,
Right.
which I have told thee before. Verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will very same time, so wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. So there's a time for everything. When you read the Bible, it tells you that there's a time for everything. Yeah? When you read Ecclesiastes, I believe it's Ecclesiastes 3 or something like that, it tells you there's a time for everything. Right? So the time for the calamity, because this society and this kingdom will not get away. Then you get here Sirach 10 that says kingdom are being translated over because of the wrongdoing or something like that. The kingdom are being translated. That one out. They explain it. People need to understand why there need to be a famine, why there need to be destruction, why this kingdom needs to be destroyed. People need to understand that, man. So when you read Isaiah 48 and 46, it tells you that he's written this thing in the beginning. The thing that will happen now are written in the beginning. So we have to be in the spirit of prophecy, man.
Ecclesiasticus 10:8. because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches going by the sea. The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right. So because these spiritual Sodom and spiritual, Egypt, all right, as dealt, I don't think that are against, okay, the law of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Then the destruction is coming their way, because as we read in Psalm 37:28, we read that Yahweh loved judgment, man. Yahweh is a judge. So therefore, this thing needs to happen, right? So I'll read this, and then we'll carry on, right? Huh? Yeah, man. Hey, you need to get up. Probably gonna get it for sure. That book is wisdom. That book is wisdom. When you start reading this rock, you will understand that. All right, so let me read that article regarding, I think, on Splash.com, right? So he said, and it was published the 5th of June 2022. So that's very recent. And he said, thousands of digital tokens will likely cease to exist. All right, don't listen to this guy. We know better. Let me read that again. Thousands of digital tokens will likely cease to exist. Okay, industry players say many of the currently existing 90,000 cryptocurrency will disappear in the coming years. All right, several industry experts told CNBC. All right, so this is what's going to happen, man. Okay, people making the money right now, but what will happen? They will now make the cryptocurrency, the digital currency, normal. They will normalize it. What will happen, like I said last time, is that they'll make it in a way that they can control you. But that will centralize everything. Right now, everything is decentralized, meaning people can make money. You can go, you can learn and make your money. But the time will come where they will centralize everything. And once they centralize it, they'll be able to tell you what to do and what not to do. All right? So someone go quickly to Revelation 13. That's a precept that we know was very important to read it. Okay? Because the oracle of Yahweh needs to be read every time, we break it down. We break it down. Revelation 13 and 16, man. 16 and 17. 13, 16 and 17.
This is Revelation, chapter 13,
Revelation 14,
verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great.
Right, and he causeth all, both small and great, meaning the rich and the poor, all right, will be taken by that trap, man. Because all the rich that you see, all right, sometimes they don't even know what's going on. Because Esau, the elite, Esau is so, such a serpent that a lot of people that are looking for money, they don't even know what's going on. They're not aware. They're just the money. Let me get some money, but they don't understand that they're dealing with a snake. All right, carry on.
Rich and poor.
Right, rich and poor.
Free and bond.
Free and bond. Okay.
To receive the mark in their right hand.
The mark in their right hand. That's what we're talking about. Even if you go to Sweden, all right, they have it already in place. And I'm sure a lot of these celebrities, they won't tell you nothing. But a lot of these celebrities have it now. Because one day there was like these, MTV trips, and Akon, he had a thing where he didn't do it. He said, well, you see that one? You don't need a key, all you have to do is pass your hands. And that was years ago before I got in the truth. You know what I'm saying? They won't tell you that. Even ODB, the rapper ODB, Old Dirty Bastard, he had a chip. He said that he was interviewed. They interviewed them like in Switzerland or something like that. And he said he had a chip. They put it, they fasted. So we don't know. They won't come out and tell us. But in high places, it's already in place.
You even have it in films.
Huh?
You have it in films as
right.
well.
And like I said last week, I said that Hollywood is like the church, the church of the Satan church, the left-hand side church, that through predictive programming, let us know of the things to come. A lot of these smartphones that you see, 40 years ago, they were in cartoons. And all these computers that you see, the same way we use computer to do our things, we didn't even know about computer 50 years ago. It wasn't like, like today. But it was a cartoon, like, they already projected it, in the future, and now we see it. So that, see, these people, they can program things for 100 years, a century ahead. Okay? So there we are, and they know the truth. But us, there's two people that know the truth in this captivity. There's two groups. You've got the elite, all right, and you've got us. All right? We know, we the elite. We the elite. But just like we on the low level, we were made lonely. All right, by the Most High. So carry on reading.
Or in their forehead.
Right.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell.
Right, and that no man might buy nor sell, man. All right? Now, for those people who say that the mark of the beast, is Christianity, my question to them is this. Do you get to sell or buy right now Christianity? You still buy, right? You still sell, so therefore, it's not Christianity. All right? Then when you go into the Word, and it's very important for people to get into etymology, man, to know the word. What does the word, that M-A-R-K, what does it mean? It's not like a spiritual or a philosophical or a mental thing or a psychological thing, like they say. It's a mark, it's something that's actually, when you go into the word, it's charagma, and that word means something that's physical, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's physical. It's not a spiritual thing, it's a physical thing. Huh? In what way?
Spiritual mark. They can act us.
There is a spiritual mark that's in Ezekiel 9 that talks of the spiritual protection that every elect will receive. Okay? That's the fawah. In Hebrew, it's the fawah. That's the mark. If you go to Ezekiel 9, go to Ezekiel 9 because you're learning, you're viewing the truth, and I'm not going to miss any steps. Unless it's someone as well might be edified, you guys might be edified, so we're going to take it. So you go to Ezekiel 9, you start 4, you talk about the mark. That mark, that's a spiritual mark. So there's two marks in this truth. In the Bible, okay? You got the spiritual mark, which is the protection, the fawah, the edge, that we have there. Ezekiel 9 and 4.
I'll read it out.
Yeah, read it out.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4.
Right.
And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city,
Right.
through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon their
And
foreheads.
set a mark upon their forehead. Right, so that mark is a spiritual mark that the men of the Lord will have. So when there's danger and when there's situation that's wherever, they will be protected from that. That's the mark. You see what I'm saying? That's the spiritual mark. This truth is literature, man. It's like you have to go to school to learn it. And that's why they get confused, because it's like people will just, they'll go on the YouTube for 6 months and they think they're in the truth. Come on, man. This is the literature, man.
Very metaphorical.
Huh?
Very metaphorical.
Yeah, and you have to be able to know, which one is which. But then it comes with the Holy Spirit that guides you. Certain brothers that are already broken down, or sometimes brothers are so good with the common sense are able to, So you understand that? Yeah. Keep reading, and then you really explain it, yeah? That the mark on their forehead, yeah?
Of the men that sigh and that cry.
Right. So not anybody can have that mark. The men that sigh and cry, the men that are not happy with the system, the prophets. No. Yeah, but that one talk about, people that are doing the work. But we're not happy. We're catching hell for this truth. Her path is very narrow. It's not like a wide path. And we don't lack the abomination that's coming. So we always, right now we're trying a sign. Right now. we're chanting down Babylon. You understand what I'm saying? That's us. Carry on.
And that cry for all the abomination.
See, for all the abomination, we're not happy with what's going on. We talk about what's going on, man. We explain to people that they're in the evil kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? So we sighing and crying. Alright, carry on.
That we done in the midst thereof.
That we done in the midst thereof in Babylon. Carry on. Is that it?
Yeah.
Now go to 6 now. I'll explain to you why it's important.
Ezekiel 9, chapter 6. Slay utterly,
Right.
old and young.
That's the judgment that's coming. A lot of people will die. There will be a lot of death. There will be a lot of death, man. Okay, carry on.
Both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom
You see?
is the mark.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. So that mark is the mark that allows you to be saved. So, you know, Satan will try it against them, will bring the agent. We're cool with that, man. We embrace the agents, man. Come. But if it's not the will of the Most High, we won't be touched. That's what the Kawa will play as, bro. But for the African to think that, now when you, Mark, did you read the Revelation 13 now? Read it again. You know, 13 and 16 and 17. Read it again. You know, so we can see the difference, man. You know, we're gonna look at society, what's going on, we're going to determine. So you understand that? You saying that spiritual mark. Yeah, I will show you that it's not the same as this one. Though the Bible is saying mark, but you see, the Bible can be saying something, but you can't take it at face value. You gotta go deep into it. Okay? Carry on.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor,
Right.
free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right, a mark in the right hand and the forehead. Alright? You got a facial recognition. You got a facial recognition that's coming. Exactly. But that's how they brainwash you. You're gonna go to Costco, you go somewhere, and it's gonna be about facial recognition. Before you enter, they will need to check your face. They do that in the airports.
China as well. Disability.
Have you traveled lately?
No, I ain't
Yeah,
come for
yeah.
years.
Have you traveled lately? Yeah? If you travel, I've been traveling a long time ago. When I traveled, when was that? 2014, 15, or whatever, 16, like that. When I went to my country, I came back, and there was like a machine. And so when you got your passport, you show your passport, and then they want to see you. You want to face you. Right in the video on that little screen. That's facial recognition. So you see, then what? They already had it. Now they're gonna make it an everyday thing. You see what I'm saying? Now they're gonna make it an everyday thing. Okay? So that's, and then you go to mark now, and if you want to know that the mark is the physical one, study the mark, etymology, go and find out what it means. The mark is the correct mark. Oh, I mean, in Greek, we all know that. I think GMS were able to make us understand that. Okay? The elders of GMS. Karagma, which is like a thing, like, you know, something that, you know, something that touch, no. Something that's marked, like a mark on your body.
Carving in the flesh.
Carving in the flesh. Thank you, brother. A carving in the flesh. Okay? That's how Yahweh, that's how Ezekiel, you have to understand. If someone go to Ezekiel 14, I believe 12. Let me double check, man. When he say Esau won't say that he want to be God.
Yeah. That's it's in Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14 and 12. If you got it reading. You know, you gotta understand what's going on. Esau is done. That's what, look, Jay-Z not got billion. You think Esau need billion? Esau got trillion. Esau don't work. Esau never want the God status. Yes. That's what Esau want, God status. Esau want to be God over you. Esau want to control you, man. You know how you got a pet, and I put this, the pets have it, a lot of pets have it, man. A lot of pets, they have a lot of these marks. So there's like an app, and you know where your even if a pet go, your animal, your dog can be wandering around, you know where it is. So what is that for? to control people. The last attempt for Esau to make you a slave. For real, for real, for real. But when
Also,
carry on.
also Esau's creating certain technology to be immortal. I don't know if you've seen it. Creating certain technology to be immortal. Because
But like, you don't have to break it down properly.
because Esau understands that
I'll
he
have to break it down properly. And I'll have to, quickly break it down.
because Esau understands that he ain't gonna receive the celestial body, the immortal body that the elect is gonna receive. So he's trying to create certain technology to be immortal himself here on earth. Exactly. So this is Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? And a lot of Christians interpret it as it's talking about actual Satan. But when you go into the word Lucifer, it just means light bearer, just someone that bears light, either on the left hand side or on the right hand side. And Esau's trying to bear his light on the left hand side. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And Esau's weaken the nations. You get what I mean, with all all this defiled food, all these different ideologies. You get what I mean, all this pollution in the air. Esau's weaken the nations, trying to strip them of their culture. For thou said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. So it says here, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. So this can be 2 to 3 fold. Esau's tried to. He had in 1969. Esau tried to go to the moon. You get what I mean? He's trying to. You get what I mean? It fits Esau down to a T. And also when it's talking about stars,
Break it down, man. Preach it.
and also when it's talking about stars, that's talking about the elect. Esau trying to put himself above the elect. I was sick.
Preach them. Let me read it and then preach it.
Hey, you lot are fire today. You lot are fire.
I'm going to preach it. Give it to me. I'll read it.
Spirit, man. Yeah, just the Isaiah 14 and
All right,
12.
let me read it. I want to read it and you break it down. Sometimes you have to Right, so 14 and 12, right? Isaiah.
I brought down 12. Just go down to 13. I brought down
13, all right. Isaiah 14 and 13. And it reads, For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. Put that down?
Yeah,
Right. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north. You have to break that one down.
Right, so that's what Esau's trying to do. He's trying to set up his kingdom here on earth. Because he knows that in the kingdom, he's going to be a servant in the kingdom. He's going to be a slave in the kingdom. So he's trying to establish, he's trying to get all the things that you can imagine here on earth. And that's what he's trying to do. You get what I mean? He's trying to get us to transgress the laws. Exactly.
That's it, man. That's it, And when he say something about the north, right? He said in the side of the north. What is the side of the north? Tell the north of America.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where the meat of the whole thing take place, man. Meaning like
The
seriousness,
the
that situation will happen in America. Like for example, the nuclear, America will be destroyed, America will not exist after. There will be the application of spirits, of wild animals. It's gonna be crazy, man. Right? So it's from the north. So that's what also the reason why I like that, because the 12 tribes of Israel, all of them reside over there. Not to say that they don't reside in England, but I say like all of them. Not majority, but you can find the 12 tribes in America. See what I'm saying? But when you read, I forgot that thing. What was that prophecy in Genesis? 49, Genesis 49, the prophecy shows you clearly, and that prophecy as well. But brothers, sometimes they get, a lot of brothers like, you say, oh yeah, but the chart is not right. No, that chart only concerned the America. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that there's no, Israelite all over the world. But that prophecy concerned America, because the children of Israel were going to go over there. You know what I'm saying? To face up to the judgment, and also that's where the serious movie will take place. Like the big part of the movie. You know when you watch a movie and there's a part where it's serious, that's where it will take place. But that's where there will be the density of the salvation will be manifested. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Esau went and Babylon was created there. The chief place, the main office of Esau is where? They're ruling, because that's where the children of the Most High, for the most part, went outside of the 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? One book, they were oppressed together. The northern tribe went first. After that, the southern tribe went. When the northern tribe went, the conquistador came after a while, right? Got them down. They broke the southern tribe, the Negroes. Got them down into slavery. So they were both. There's a Bible, there's a precept on that. I think it's Jeremiah. You got it. Okay, bring it up. That's right.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 33.
That's it.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
The children of Israel, which is the northern tribe, and the children of Judah, which is the southern tribe, were oppressed together. Is that it?
And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
They refused to let them go. And that's why Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, will have to come and destroy. Now, read Isaiah 63, and you will see what it's going to do, man. And I will show you again one part of the literature, the biblical literature. I'll show you one example of it. When you read the Bible, you can't read the Bible like that. You gotta be really understand. You gotta have logic, high common sense, and the Holy Spirit gotta be on you for you to understand that, man. I'll give you an example. You will see. We talk about. You're gonna have to read that one again, and then Isaiah 63, 1 and 2. Yeah. Read that again, man, when you're ready. The Jeremiah 50 and 33, man. No. Let him read it first. Man, read the Jeremiah 50 again, and then we're gonna read the and then you can read that one, and I will explain something. Because in these ones, Isaiah 50, 63, we see something completely different. But now, how do you know? The Spirit will allow you to. The Spirit is common sense,
Yeah.
The Spirit has common sense, man.
Everyone has it.
When they say common sense is not common. But you got common sense though, but it's not common. See? Come on, bring it up. Bring it up.
Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Right. So now, through the Spirit, what is this place? Where is this place? America, why?
Transatlantic trade, isn't it?
No, yeah, I know, but there was another. It's not just the Judah, it's not Israel. Why? Because through history, the northern tribe was in America, right? They got destroyed by Esau. After that, they brought who? Judah, Levi, Benjamin. They got destroyed too. And they said they were captive together. Common sense. Now, look at the next one now. And I told you that Yahweh Shai, they said that they refused to let him go. They're refusing to let us go. If you wake up one day and say, we want freedom, they're going to kill us. If the American get up, the Israelites, the two-thirds, whatever, they get up and they say, we want to come out of this country, we want our freedom and that. And they're going to bring out the army, they're going to kill them. And that's what Jacob's trouble represents. Because Esau knows that we're going to eventually, Exodus number 2 will take place. So you would say, just like he said in Egypt, kill all the male kill all the baby when they're born, the male, kill them off. So let's see these people, let's speak to the second and the left hand spiritually. And I tell them, yo, your end is coming, man. You better, if you don't, they're gonna rise up, man. There's a movie called The Black Adam. That's coming in the fall. That's the fall. Black Adam, the black. So why will it? And when you look at the teaser, you're like, wow. If they're not talking about, if they're not talking about Jake,
It shows him a spiritual power.
huh?
It shows him a spiritual power.
He shows Jake in spiritual power, man. That's the 144K. You mean to tell me that they don't know about us? Come on. Man.
Even the movie Planet of the Apes, when Caesar, he was acting as a conglomeration of Moses and Yahweh Shai.
See that?
He was. That's why they called him Caesar as well, because Caesar is a representation of the leader. Right. So that was the second Exodus. That's what Esau was showing us, because they had us subjugated. All the apes representing the Israelites, they had us subjugated in the prison cells. And then at the end, what happened? The great Exodus. You know, they finally woke up. They're like, nah, I ain't finna be subjugated by Esau no more. And that was the second Exodus.
And that's deep, because even the early installment of the Planet of Apes, there's a part, I forgot the part, it was on YouTube, I seen it, where the guy was like, go and get these Hebrews. Yeah, it mentioned the term Hebrews, man. That was like years and years ago.
I think even in that movie as well, it referred to Esau as the devil.
See that?
I said, yeah, I think it said, I can't quite remember what he said, but it referred to Esau as the devil and a base man, and a man of the jungle.
See that?
So, these movie
hey, they know
shows.
who they are, man.
These movie shows.
Come on. That term, Neanderthal or whatever, that term, Neanderthal. They know who they are. That's the Neanderthal. You go in Job 30, you will see, man. You go in Job 30, you will see. They were cavemen, man. They didn't have a language. They know who they are, you know. They don't know who we are. They know where they came from, and they know where they're going. And that will make sure, and one thing about that, because they're carnal, they're thinking we can stop it. We can actually stop them coming to power. That's how pride Esau is. He read all the prophecy, but he still don't believe it. So Yahweh's gonna have to show him, they read that one. Yahweh Shai gonna have to show them, man. Okay? Read that.
Isaiah chapter 63,
Right.
verse 1.
Huh?
Who is this that cometh from Edom?
Who is thee that coming from Edom, right? That's his first, indication. Coming from Edom. If you go on Google and you type Arad, the Idumean, they will tell you about, Idumean, Edom, the Roman was the Idumean. Simple. You don't have to kill yourself. Go on Google, type Arad, the Idumean. Idumea is the Greek terminology for Edom. They know who they are. So carry on.
With dyed garments from Bozrah.
Dyed garment from Bozrah. It will explain what a dyed garment means. Bozrah. Break it down.
Bozrah is a region in Edom as well.
Exactly. So what's the modern, if I ask you now, where is the modern Bozrah? What would you say? But we explained it. That's why you have to pay attention.
Europe.
Huh? America.
Bozrah.
Because Bozrah in that time was like the chief place of Esau. We can say Europe, America, but eventually the seat of power is where? It's DC. The seat of power Esau is DC, man. Washington DC.
The only reason why I said that is because majority of the Rothschilds are based in
I
Europe.
get it. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously I know the powers are there, but that's the main event. Like everyone knows what's happening in America. Everyone already knows what's happening in Europe. But we know the orders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's
But
understood don't need to be
the
explained.
office,
You know what I'm saying?
and the whole power structure.
America. Yeah, for sure.
So you will be Bozrah. Maybe you could be Petra, for example. You know what I'm saying? Or you could be Petra. So carry on, read it. Carry on. Yeah, carry on.
This that is glorious in his apparel.
Right, it's glorious in his apparel. That's Yahweh shall coming back, man. In all power. You will see the dyed, what the dyed garment means, man. Read it.
Traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Traveling in the greatness of his strength, man. What is the greatness of his strength, Malak? Because that's literature, you know. That's high level understanding.
Read that one,
Read it.
Isaiah chapter 63 verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
In the traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Sorry.
But I'm asking you a question. You know, because it will help. That's how you do it. When you ask questions, and then people learn fast. Yeah, so
Greatness of his strength.
when I go to Isaiah 66 and 15, who will have the Bible?
Greatness of his strength.
No, we'll read it, and then you will answer. People need to know, man.
So Isaiah 66 and 15.
Right.
For behold, Yahweh will come with fire.
No, not Yahweh.
The Lord will come with fire.
Who is the Lord? Yahweh ain't living in the throne. Yahweh is the boss. The boss don't live in the throne, man. Delegate. You want to read it again?
For behold, the Lord will come with fire,
The Lord will come with fire,
and with his chariots
and with the chariot,
like a whirlwind,
like a whirlwind,
to render his anger with fury,
to render his anger with fury. Right?
and his rebuke with flames of fire.
In the rebuke, and his rebuke, flame of fire, right? Now read that part again, and then you're going to answer the question.
To the top.
Now read that part when you say,
Under the strength.
Get it from top. Now let me read it from top and then.
Isaiah chapter 63 verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?
Right.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Traveling in the greatness of his strength. There was a key word in the
Chariot.
priest that. Yes. Because when he comes, everybody will know that he's here. When Yahweh cracked the sky, everyone on earth will instantly know that he's in the place to be, man. But chariot will be coming all over the place. That even the big chariot will cover the chariot that's so big, yeah, they'll cover the heaven, you know. So let's say if they come now, it will become all darkness. And it will cover the whole heavens, the whole. There's no escaping, man. So when we say that, we have to take this truth seriously. It's sometimes when you sit down, you meditate, when you read the Bible, you meditate, and finally you get a revelation of the nature of Yahweh and His Son. You fear, man. You fear. You fear, man.
What's that like? It's strange.
People will shit on them. People will have diarrhea. People will have like a heart attack. People will have seizure, high blood pressure. People will faint, man. So that energy people are not used to. You know? The priest that bring it out.
Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open,
And I saw heaven open,
and behold, a white horse.
and behold the white horse, man.
And he sat upon, and he that sat upon him, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true.
Now, horse is power. Chariot are power. Them chariot are the most powerful engine you can ever. That would destroy. That's what I have to say. When I see them, yesterday I saw one, I was like, come on, hey, when you read Zechariah 5, it tells you clearly what that represents. You read it so many times. The carry on.
And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
See, in righteousness, he doth judge and make war. So that means when he come for war. Yahweh ain't coming like people think that, oh, it's coming. No, Yahweh, when he come, you don't want, the Bible says in Amos 5 and 18, say you don't even want the day of the Lord, man. Because the day of the Lord is darkness. The day of the Lord is darkness, man. It's not something pleasant. It will be pleasant for the hopeful elect, but they will be saved. But the Bible says they will be scarcely saved themselves. When you get into the chariot, you'll be like that. It will be a mixture of joy, but you'll be like, whoa. Whoa. You'll be like, you know when, I don't know if you've been through the me, I've been through where I almost got, like I was coming up, I was young, 15. I came off the bus, right? So as I come off the bus, the door, he doesn't see the fucking idiot. So he closed the door. So my foot is stuck like that. So I turned it around like that, right? So people are screaming. They're like, stop, driver, his thing. But he's a fucking idiot. He didn't really pay attention, right? So as he started moving, I'm thinking, that's it for me. He moved and then my thing came out, man. So I know what it is to be thinking that something bad will happen to you, and then next minute you're safe from it. That feeling, that's what we're gonna have in salvation, man. It's not gonna be pleasant. Imagine that the bomb are coming, all of those, and then the elect, the chariot coming and pick you up. Can your mind fathom it? Let's be honest, can you actually believe that you're gonna be saved by some extraterrestrial coming from the sky? You're catching hell right now.
Due to prophecies, like, yeah, but me personally, I can't really say that. You don't know.
That's real. That's real, because when I really think about it, I'm like, boy, I don't know, this thing is serious. So you mean tell me that track of the sky, I'm somewhere dodging whatever, and then boom, one next minute I'm in the chariot, right? Then once I come and trap me, and like the angel come and trap me. You see what I'm saying? That's serious, man.
His eyes was a flame of fire.
Right, the eyes was a flame of fire.
And on his head were many crowns.
Right.
And he had the name written that no man knew by himself.
Right.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
See that? And the vesture dipped in, and that's what we're going to read. So already that's it. See, what's that verse? What's that precept? The Bible is connected.
Revelation 19 and 13.
Huh? Revelation?
19 and 13.
Right. So see, Revelation 19 and 13 is really a precept for Isaiah 63. When you're finished, you're going to read it, we're going to understand what Yahweh coming to do, man.
And his name is called the Word of Yahweh.
Right. So now read your part. And you can go to the next. So yeah, so we explain to you that you know now that
Just connecting the dots.
That's chariot, right? So read now verse 2. Are you already ready? Okay. My man loves reading, man. That's a good thing.
Finishing off verse 1. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
See? What color is this wine? Red. So see, the literature about wine, when we read Revelation 19 and 13, blood. So you say that symbolically his garment will be what? Red. With what?
Blood.
Blood of the other nation.
Like him that treadeth in the wine.
Right, like that. Like that.
Italy back in the day when they used to tread the wine. No, tread the grapes.
That's how
To
they
get
do it.
the juice out.
Like that.
Wine.
Yeah, they do like that. So if you got a garment, obviously, if you got a white garment, you do that after a while now, the color will be on you anyway. You jump on you and become red. That's the literature. But if a Christian reader, he ain't got a clue. Precept upon precept to understand this truth. So now that we know what's coming, now that we know what Esau is doing, now that Isaiah 33:6 really manifested itself in our life to the point where, our blessing and our riches is actually distorted, we have to prepare ourselves, man. So I want you to read Proverbs 8 and 10. And you read Proverbs 16 and 16. this wisdom is important. You know, that's the last thing. Like, if you look at hip hop today, there was a time when people wanted to be rappers, musicians, you know, singers, sportmen, you know, DJ or entertainers or whatever, comedian, you know, movie makers, you know, actor or whatever. All of that is done now because a lot of them are dying. All right. In Trouble, there's a rapper in Atlanta. He got us done, got killed. You know, he went about women, eh?
Yeah, went to go commit adultery.
He went to commit adultery. He got killed, man. He went to a woman that had a man. The man wasn't in the house at the time, but I think they had an issue, whatever. And a rapper called Trouble, American rapper. He went and was sleeping like this is his yard. The guy came out, boom, 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 he killed him. That's the most I who did it. Okay? The most it tells you in 1 Samuel 2:6 that when someone died, roughly paraphrasing, is Yahweh, man. One day after, a rapper called FTP Cash.
Yeah, middle finger on them. Yeah.
He got
Crazy.
killed.
Crazy.
Alright? So the Messiah is killing, man. The judgment is coming. And you see that even hip hop is a mafia now. You have to sell your soul, you have to sell your soul, so like, you know, you have to commit also abomination. When I go to these parties, they're eating doodles, they're having sex with those Amalekites to get more money. So that's not where it is. If you're a young man and you want to be an artist, you want to make money in that. You can make money online, but after a while, Amalek will catch up to you. Even in this truth, you got agents, you got, I believe to the spirit that, what's her name? Sakaria sold out, man. Because when a man wants to protect himself and he's out there, he doesn't put his gun like that. He can't see it, he can't conceal it. Put it somewhere, conceal it. Then, military style like that. Now, I understand people might say, yeah, but they have like a gun permit. No. You have to be able to look at things and understand what's going on, man. Install, give them the back.
Never live bad, will die bad.
Right, but then what happens is that they wanna push that vibration in Israel. You know what I'm saying? They wanna put that. That's what they love. That's what they paid for that. You know what I'm saying? So now us, what we're gonna do? We're gonna believe in the Messiah. And before drop the 8 let's read Ephesians 5 and 15. I wanted to talk about something that, but let's talk about that before it goes. What does Ephesians 5 and 15 say, man? What it be about the guns and the carnal, you know, means that Israel think they can rely on. Can't rely on nothing. You're gonna understand that very soon. Because the blessing of Esau is what? What's the blessing of Esau?
Ruling by the sword.
Huh?
Ruling by the sword.
See, can't read that one. Huh? Yeah. That's why they can go everywhere, take down a country. They went to Iraq, they took it down. The only reason why they can take down, what's the reason why they can't take down, what's his name? Putin, why? What's the reason why America cannot take down? Yeah, I know. See?
Say that again?
More freedom, man.
Yeah, It's simple, yeah.
See, this truth deal with logic. See? The truth is real, man. The truth is real. The blessing of Esau is no one was able to take him down. Now they're fighting against each other. Why? Why are they fighting against each other? Because the house that fight against, you know, they're not going to get divided, so they won't last. So the Mosai is weakening them. So the Mosai is the mastermind, man. You see what I'm saying? It's weakening. Because when you read Daniel 2, when you get to the feet, it talks about there will be a mixture of clay and wood, and iron, right? Yes. So now, if it's part iron, part clay, is it going to be strong? So the last kingdom is weak right now. Musa is making it weak. He's going to make it weak, and he's going to come with the last blow. Blow it out of the way. You see? What are we reading?
Isaiah 50, in Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that you walk circumspectly.
Right, so walk circumspectly be circumspect is to be aware of what's going around you. Like I say, a lot of things that happen, if the most I don't want you to see, because if you want to use that for a purpose, then you won't see. But try your best to see what's going on, man. For purpose, you shouldn't just follow any camp, because there's a lot of these camps that took the bag, man. A lot of these camps took the bag, they're gonna beguile you, man. They're gonna get you in a deep ditch.
That's why you have to even do your own research. Like some of them speak facts, but it doesn't mean you should take everything for gospel.
Yes. You gotta get the spirit as well. You gotta understand all the breakdown, I'll say again, all the breakdown that they have come from the One West. So they ain't doing nothing special. You know what I'm saying? But the way you follow the doctrine, the way you behave, that's what makes you different. Your character, that's what makes you different. Everybody can come and preach. It's your character. That's what you need to work on. Your character. You have to follow the example of Yahweh. You know?
Them guys in ISUPK, they're just a bunch of niggas.
They're niggas,
You know what I
man.
mean? They're just a bunch of thugs that know that they're Israelites.
I say,
That's who they are.
I say, it's true. A bunch of bandits, yeah, that know that the Israelites, they're just holding this Bible. And they know history, they know breakdown. Like I say, the breakdown they have, don't be dismayed by they took it from One West. It was given to them on a plate of gold. They're nothing, when you look at them, they're not spiritual. They don't want to look at a guy from West Africa, they say he's Hamite. He's not spiritual. Or you know all the breakdown, but you don't know that the MOTB is cheap. They're not spiritual. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, generally you're hard, and you must have took a bet.
He took it. Come on. He was the one I would take the potion.
But he's the one that said that the chips is okay to take it. It's
No, the
Potion.
potion. Vanessa. COVID,
okay.
COVID JV. VJV, man. He was telling people to take it.
He's the same one that said he's third in command
He's what?
after Yahweh and Yahweh.
He's a joke. He's a joke. Can a guy like that be the third man? Like, well, we in trouble. We in deep trouble. These are our leaders, you know. These are our leaders.
That's a
Bunch
bold
of
statement.
corrupted, man. Corrupted people, man.
And rank himself higher than Isaac and that. That's crazy.
Yeah. But the Bible says when you go to a place, sit down at the back. You see people don't want to put you at the front, there you go. You sit at the back, you gotta be humble. Man put himself at the front row already.
I think that's what a lot of them believe as well. Like, just because you know that you're Israelite, it doesn't mean that you're part of the elect. It's a process. So we hope that we're part of the elect by following the commandments, but we can't declare that. Just saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, you cannot. Listen, we always say, hopefully. Even my chama put Yahweh Shai, elect, but actually in reality, you know, I'm not bragging to be elect, you know. It's just something I put Yahweh Shai elect. But I hope I'm proud of it. Just because I do the work, it doesn't mean that I'll make the final cut. You gotta strive. That's what the Bible says, make your election sure. You gotta do the work. You gotta be, in the spirit. You gotta change. You gotta fight your demons. You gotta try to be like Yahushua, man. And even when you look at it, it's through mercy that we will be saved. But mercy is the grace. Mercy is the grace. But then your rehearsal will determine your position in the kingdom. That's deep, right?
That's deep,
So I'll repeat again, grace, mercy get you saved. But your rehearsal will give you the position.
But the grace is pretty much preferential treatment.
Right.
You know what I mean, where the Most High has preordained you to already come in the truth from before you was even in your mother's womb. That's the grace. And, getting the kingdom through the mercy and your rehearsals. You know what I mean?
But then your rehearsal, because the Bible tells us that can someone go to Judges 5 and 11 quickly? But we have to break it down this thing, although it's basic for some people, it may not be basic, because you have to be taught the right way. That's how you grow. You know? You have to be taught the right way. If you're not taught the right way, you won't do things right. You know? Yeah.
Judges 5 and 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the
That's a
archers.
prophecy. It's they that are delivered from the noise of, so it shows you that the elect will be delivered. What is the noise of the archers?
The noise of the archers.
Yeah, the noise of the archers. What is the archers? What is the new modern day bow and arch?
Tongue.
What is the modern day, you know, archers? Who are they? The Edomite. What is that? What is the most powerful, you know, arrow? What is the most powerful arrow of Esau today? When you read the Bible and you say arrow, what are you referring to? As far as war, the nuclear, the nukes, missile. So when you say those are delivered from the nose of the archers, talks about the elect that will be delivered from Babylon. Once the nuke, you know, starting, you know, to do the work. You see, literature. When you come to this is not for the Bible. This is not for the lazy and the one that don't want to learn it. This is the highest degree of literature, man.
So what scripture is that?
Judges 5 and 11.
Judges 5 and 11. But it shows you something. That's why I want to get to something. It shows you something. Carry on.
They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water.
In the place of drawing water. What is the place of drawing water? What is drawing water? When you draw water, what do you do?
Go to the river. Go to the
No, you have to see it like in a more symbolic, you know, sense. Like, you know, you have to be more, you know, it's metaphor. So you have to put yourself in that metaphoric, you know, spirit and kind of trying to see when someone goes, that's labor, drawing waters. Because our people back in time, they used to draw water. That was the labor. What do we do in this place?
what?
Slaves, man. So drawing waters is being a slave. So there's two indications. The first one, the location of the place where the love will be, where the archer will be sent. I mean, they will do the war, the nuclear war. The second is the fact that we're slaves. Who are the slaves? Carry on.
There shall they rehearse
Then shall they rehearse
the righteous acts of Yahweh.
the right. So that's it. The righteous act of Yahweh. What is the righteous act of Yahweh? Say, so we cannot keep the commandment 100%. Why? Because of our flesh. Because of captivity. This captivity doesn't allow you to keep the law because we're not sovereign. Everything is put in place for you to go against your power. That's why you got pork in everything. You go to McDonald's, they got bacon on top of a chicken, you know, whatever. Everywhere, because they know that we are the children of Israel. As long as we don't keep the law, but the Most High telling us to rehearse. So where is the rehearsal? Can you go to Google and type rehearsal, man, and read rehearsal? You have to understand, man. This is how you teach. You have to understand it, man. You gotta rehearse because we can't keep the law 100%. That's why you won't be saved because in order for you to be saved by the law, you gotta be 100. So the Most High, that's why Yahushua died. For you to give you a token of salvation, for you to be able to make it, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't rehearse. You gotta rehearse, man. You gotta rehearse. Because if you don't rehearse, then I mean Yahweh is not a judge anymore. Because he's getting us ready for the kingdom. Like the kingdom will be perfect. But you have to rehearse for the kingdom. Come on, have you ever seen someone go to a concert and you haven't rehearsed? Have you ever seen a rapper go to a concert and you haven't rehearsed? I'm not talking about the rapper, because sometimes they're lazy. I'm talking about real like bands, like they have to rehearse, coordinate everything before they go on stage. So I'm like to bring
Practice a play, piece of music or other work for
Right.
later public performance.
for later public performance. So how later public performance will be in the kingdom, where we'll be perfect. When you read Hebrew 8 and 8, it tells you about from 8 to 12 or 11. It tells you about we're going to be perfect. But we have to rehearse it right now.
Read that one more time, bro. Can you get that one more time?
Judges.
The one that you were just reading.
Judges 5 and 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of the villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gate.
Right. Go down to the gate. So the gate, what is the gate? It's different, you know. See how the Most High judges long time ago speak about today. What is the gate? How many gates do you have in the kingdom? The gate.
Oh, damn.
See, it's like it's many layers. It's many layers. Many layers. But it tells you though that it's only the elect that will be able to get there. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to rehearse the righteous act, right? Alright, so now let's read, like I say, Proverbs 8. Proverbs 8. Yeah? What did I say? No, 8 and 10, and we read 16 and 16. Proverbs 16 and 16. You read 8 and 10 first.
Okay.
Yeah?
This is Proverbs chapter 8, verse what? 10.
Yeah.
Verse 10. Receive my instruction and not silver.
Right, receive my instruction and not silver. So money, yeah, money ain't gonna mean nothing very soon. Money ain't gonna mean nothing very soon. That's how Esau trapped Jay-Z. That's how Esau trapped, you know, Kanye West. And them being icon, all the Negroes trying to be like them. People are looking for money, man. They're after the peas. No, it's good to be after. You have to do whatever you have to do right now to survive. Like me, I have to go out there hustle because I have children. Like me, I killed my dream. I don't even think about this system. The only reason why I go out, pay my bills and take care of my children. I'm all for the smoke. Whatever the most I want to do it, we're gonna do it. But right now, you gotta survive. So wherever you have to do, we in this system, you know, you might as well use the system. If Paul tells you to use the system, but Paul did use the system. When I came after him, he said that he was a Roman citizen. They had to let him. He used his citizenship to get himself out of trouble. So if you're not working, you can get some UC or whatever you can get it. Survive. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat. You gotta survive. Might not be enough, but you gotta eat. You know, it's about balance. This shit's about balance. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we. How rich is the wisdom, man. You know? How rich is, you know, is what? Wisdom.
If I was gonna have, I'll tell you, if I was got hair,
What would you do? You get that?
I'll chat to him.
Easy, yeah, bro.
You know, you just gotta, you just gotta,
Easy, yeah, bro.
you just gotta, you look like a something already, hey.
No.
You just gotta control yourself, innit?
I'm
Live
going
good.
you gotta be, you know, the woman, that's a trap, man. That's a trap. Nigga go kill over there. Nigga get killed after that. But she may be fucking a good. And the good has issue. He can't control himself. You know, he's too emotional. He can't take a woman, another man tapping his woman. It's coming for you. These women, what would a woman show up? You already a problem. You already got a problem on your back. And then you just paying it. If I got a problem on my back, I will be wearing something. That's what the most I say, women should wear dress modestly. Because that woman got fat asses, man. The most I know what he's saying. He's the one that created them. So he's saying this is what you got to wear for us not to be in trouble. But these women do what they want. But that's a trap. And that's for the true thing. We're talking about wisdom. The women say.
Balance in the single week.
And let me tell you, the women like that, yeah.
Balance in the single month. That's a little month. Oh, yeah.
So wisdom is important.
Like what's the word? Like smitten. Like, what's another word for
Oh yeah,
smitten?
he's smitten. He's impressed.
Raptured.
Yeah, raptured by the fat ass.
Nah, man.
Hey, Jake love fat ass, man.
Yeah, trying to focus, man.
Jake love fat ass, man. If you're a Jake and you don't love fat ass, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's how women. Like, if the Mosai made it that way, so why shouldn't I love what the Mosai? It don't make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? But
It's
then,
the whole how you presenting yourself.
right.
Like, she looked at me from a distance when I was top of my head, I put her and I was like, aye.
Yeah, I know how you react in a way. But you know, I don't know, man. Yes, you just gotta be strong, man. You know, hey, in this truth, man, you have to work on yourself first. Get yourself good, man, and then the woman will come. Sometimes when you don't pay attention to these women, that's what they do. You know, I'm 43, but I'm single. But I have a big, she got to go. Because she doesn't understand, she wanna give me high blood pressure, and then she wanna compete with the truth. She's telling me I'm not ready to teach her now, or whatever, because I say that. These women are not in the right mind. Please do yourself a favor. This is dangerous, man. We love women. And I can't wait for Isaiah 4 and 1 to manifest. So I can have all these women for myself. I can't wait. But then, but we're going to have a day of vengeance. All this suffering, there'll be a time where then we're going to be recompensed. There'll be a time where women will be nada. You'll be popping every day. And once I will give you the strength for that. So if you don't give me 7 women, you're gonna have to give me the strength for that. So right now, even one woman is sometimes it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? So we like the Bible say, there's a that's fine. No. Listen, you're learning. Me myself, don't think that I haven't seen that. I love women more than you. That's the truth of the matter. But the truth has transformed me in a way where I understand that this is my priority. I can't even go to these. I don't even have the thing to go to these women. I don't have the time because I know they're not sincere. I know they're playing game. They want my money. They don't want to take me seriously. You know what I'm saying? Women is never satisfied. These women are not satisfied. You will pop them. They'll say your rod is not big enough. They want a bigger rod. I'm telling you the truth. These harlots, they want the biggest rod in the neighborhood. So you won't be able to satisfy her. So you gotta pray for the Most High to give you the woman according to your heart, the woman that will be good for you. So everything is spiritual. We gotta pray for the women that will come in our ways. When you don't pray for it, that's why you got the harlot coming in your ways. Yeah? So read it again. Let's focus. This is what we need. This is what will take us out of this maze. We will have plenty of women in the kingdom. Also a woman. What woman do you want? Tall, short, fat, skinny with a little meat on the back, whatever you want. Light, skin, black, dark, all of that. You want them fat? You want to have it. But right now, this is our woman. The truth, yes.
Okay.
Now, this is the first one.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 10. Receive my instruction and not silver.
Right, so the money is not supposed to be the thing that we're looking for. We explained that already. But like read Proverbs 16 and 16. I think after that we're gonna have to.
I don't like making the
Proverbs
video too long, man. There's no
16 and
point.
16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold?
Wow, how much better is it to get and that's what we're doing right now. This is our school, man. See the
That's
truth.
Solomon speaking.
Yeah. Solomon, hey, and that's beautiful that you mentioned Solomon. Solomon had everything, man. Solomon had 700 women, wives, and 300 concubines. So all these nations, Edomite, Hamite, Moabite, Ammonite, Elamite, he had them all, man. And young too, fresh. You know? He had them all, man. Okay? Of course he had them. Back in the day, they didn't mess with no harlots, you know. Back in the day, you don't marry no harlots.
This day you shouldn't be doing that either.
No, but the women, the Bible says in Amos 7 and 17 that our women will be harlots. So you, although you're young, you won't meet a woman that's your age that's harlot. I mean, that's a virgin in London, man.
Very rare. Very rare.
They are, but it's very rare.
Very rare.
So by default, your woman that you marry, she's a harlot because she had more than one man. No, but that's what you can probably have anyway.
But I get you guys.
No, but you get what like. So Mark, yeah, read it again. That's a very powerful point. You know? We desire that more than anything. This is what we need. Growing. You know? Learning the truth. Letting it change our character and our personality and everything, man. Letting the old man go. You know?
This is Proverbs 16 and 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver?
7, 13, 14. Their desire better than silver. The truth, the knowledge is better than silver. And we will find out in our time. 7, 13, and 14. By the time comes, we will find out that, oh, the truth was better.
Finding that out now.
Yeah?
Finding that out now.
Solomon, he had all the wisdom in the world, and he had all the money in the world also. So what he's doing there, he's comparing, he's juxtaposing the wisdom and the what do you call it? The gold.
The gold.
And he's like, listen, all this shit is vain, all this gold is vain.
Yeah,
You get what I
said
mean?
that when he was dying.
That's what I
He
mean.
was dying in Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha. He made it clear that this is nothing.
That's what I mean. So he has the perfect understanding of both. And he's saying, listen, you need to get that wisdom. Focus on that wisdom first. Like,
See that?
You also said that, what do you call it? Money answereth all things, but wisdom should be coming first.
Yeah, money is a good defense.
Yeah.
If you got money, there's a lot of things. Actually, the blood of any nation is currency, is money.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need money for everything. So that's a big sacrifice. Us not being able to have what we're supposed to have, with all the talent that we have, that's why the most that made us living sacrifices.
I think that's good for us as well.
Huh?
I think that's good for us as well.
Yeah. It's good because the money is energy, man. The money attracts a lot of things. And if you don't have the character for it, you'll get
Take it
lost.
away.
Man. You got a basketball player, they have money. Today they're homeless. And it's not only managing, you need spiritual people around you. You need a real friend around you. The problem with that is like when you get money, people that come, most of the people that are fake. They come only for your riches. And it's a lonely place. Being rich, it's a lonely place, man. Because when you finish, after you have all the party, after you have all the travel, all of that, the glamour and that, you come home and you're on your own. The woman that sleep on you don't even know. This woman, she's there for your money, man. The woman you sleep with, she's there for your money. Unless you met her from when you were way back when you were struggling.
Yeah.
But that again, sometimes they can change. When I say money is a very powerful energy. You see? Matthew 7, 13 and 14. Matthew 7, and then get Roman 12 and 1. And read all of them.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in the straight gate.
Right, enter ye the straight gate.
13. Enter ye in at the straight gate.
The straight gate. So see, our path is very narrow. We're talking about like not having money, not having a lot of women or whatever. So a lot of people don't have women. A lot of people are loners, man. They don't have friends. They don't have friends because nobody understands them. You see what I'm saying? So that's a straight gate. That's the man had a quick look before she goes like, he said, I can't let that go like that.
Oh, she went back
I need a
fast.
quick look. Oh, you didn't see it. My man went like,
I'm
I
locked
get
in,
you, man. I got you. Maybe even me, I was looking at it as well. But as long as you know lusting, you gonna look, man. Your eyes, Like the guy said, the brother said, your eyes don't eat rice. And I said, so what say, how do you feed your eyes? By what you see. So if it's something that's beautiful, your eyes will naturally go to that direction, you see. But now it's what you do after that. Because maybe you marry women. If you never look at her and say, I don't want to, then you say, you know, I'm going to follow her, talk to her. And that's when you sin. But now you wonder. To lust after is not just looking, you know. To lust is to think in your mind that I want her. So when Yahweh Shai say, if you look at a woman already, people take and say, they're hypocrites.
that's true.
But we're all looking at Your woman that you met, how did you look at? Did you look at her what? Do you know you pray that she appeared to you in your room? No, you looked at her, you liked the way she wore, you liked her whatever. You know, you liked it, and you went to her. So that was carnal before the connection was established, right? So we all look at things normal. If you know that she's a married woman, sorry, man. You know, the this is not order, man. Nothing is ordered in this. So if you meet a woman you like, you can talk to her to find out. Talk to her. Sorry, when you talk to her, tell her you have a man. Be real with me. I want because this is the hour. I don't want to have someone that say yeah, I have to have a man. And she said, I know, but we can be friends. But she might like you already. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at carry on. 14.
No, I'm still down.
Okay.
For wide is the gate, how broad is the way.
Right, broad is the way. That's the way where people can do what God will, like Jay-Z told us. Do whatever you want. But it's not a do whatever you want thing. This is the law, man. This is the Constitution, man. There are things you can do, there are things you cannot do. There are things you can eat, there are things you cannot eat. There's holy convocation. There's big, like people go for, Easter, Christmas, so on and so forth. The Jubilee and that. That we have days where we keep it holy too. We have the Sabbath, which is one of them. Every Friday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, when there's something you can't do. You can't buy, you can't sell, you can't have sex. You can't have your own pleasure and that. So that's what it is, the narrow, but then they do whatever they want. Women can go with women, men can go with men. They can smoke their weed, they can smoke, they can drink every day, they can do whatever they want, they can kill, they can be. We have to work on ourselves every day. It's not easy in Babylon. But some of you, you live with your parents or you live with brothers and sisters, and they're way different from you. But you have to live with them every day. It's how difficult it is. You might go to the fridge, you see some pork. People, you come home, people are cooking some pork. You have to deal with that. See? Deal with it, man. So it's a narrow path, opposed to the wide path that we have in Babylon, where people do whatever they want. Like we, the Most are telling us now, we have to now rehearse. That's what I told you. It wouldn't make sense. Why would our path be straight and narrow if it wasn't progressive? If it was just grace, then we can live however we want to live. So when you read the Bible there, common sense and logic, you have to apply common sense. If you think about this church, when you go in church, it seems that they want you to leave your brain outside. But Paul himself said, let us come and reason. Come, let us reason. What is the reason? It's to apply your intelligence, apply your common sense, your logic into things. You see? Well, I go to finish it. When people come, they're reason, whatever. Obviously, the Most High did what he has to do, but you never know people that can be. I believe that a lot of the hopeless people become, in the truth. What make you think that there's no elect in the morning?
Never too late for repentance.
Yeah, what make you think there's no elect within the homeless, among the homeless? So you gotta respect everyone.
Okay. For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
See? So everything that's good and sweet, like they say, everything that glitters is not gold. Just because it's sweet, you can have this, you can have that, this kingdom, doesn't mean everything is not expedient. Too much sugar gives you diabetes, man. Too much sugar. So think about that. Too much woman is not good. Is woman sweet or not?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sweet one.
Too much sweetness is not good.
Yeah.
As a man of the Lord, you shouldn't get to woman. It's not good. You gotta work on yourself, man. Money, it's not good. If your life is about money, something is wrong, man. Make money. It doesn't make the man. The Bible doesn't say that money is not good. The Bible says the love of money. You gotta know. You love money when you put money before Yahweh. For example, you're supposed to do the work, but you say, no, I need to go and make some money.
That,
You know? Done?
And very there be which goes in their act. Verse 14. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life.
Yeah?
And few there be that find it.
See? Few there be. So this truth is not for everyone, man. Some people will come, they will stand, they will watch it a bit, or they will even go on your channel, they will check it for a bit, for a while, for a season, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and after that, you know, they're gone, man. They go back to the old way. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be focused, man. It's not easy to see like people on the high level, the athletes on the high level, they wake up early in the morning, they don't eat certain things, they abstain from certain lifestyles and that. Because they want to crown. You know, so if you want to crown as well, you need to understand that principle, man. You know? Bring that revelation. I mean,
Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice.
Present your body as a living sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice. Every success story came with a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. That's another literature. You gotta understand everything has a context. Here we're talking about sacrifice that being the key. Obedience is better than meaning life, for example. You can go out, you can come here and do the work every day, everything. But if you're sinning, you go and fuck someone else's wife, you know, you go and, you know, you're a nigger, you know, every time and all the time, then your sacrifice don't mean nothing. The Most High is not interested. He wants you to obey. You know what I'm saying? But in that sense, in that context, it talks about, you know, giving your life to the truth, giving your all to the truth. See? So it's about context. Huh?
after that Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Right, you want to bring it up? Sacrifice is important.
Yeah, so this is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right.
Fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
Right. So people duty of man. So you know what I'm saying? This is it, man. That's what we need to do. That knowledge, that that understanding, that wisdom. And this is that. And listen to me, when you do that, everything will follow. You know, as young as you think that, oh, you have women already, right? So women will come again, it's okay, it's alright. Wherever the Most High is, he knows why. Just be a spectacle, just look funny for a while.
Yeah. For me, personally, I'm guilty as charged as well, because when I first got into the truth, everything was very consistent. A whole year consistent, never.
How long you been in the truth?
I would say like a year and a half. And the moment that I live with a woman.
Yes, my fellow Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
Don't know. Yes, respect. Shalom. I don't know. Everything. Oh, that's right.
Jake, hey, no one can compare to Jake. The Jake spirit, man, it's something else. Man, just you see, my fellow Hebrew Israelite Shalom.
Yeah.
Man is on business right now. Hey, that's Jake for you, man. This truth is, hey, you never know. Imagine when the roadmen come, it's gonna be funny when the roadmen come in the truth, man. So that's how they are, man. But they're real. That's the difference. They're real. Okay. Yeah. So bring that service. Bring the last precept and then we go. We're gonna say Shalom today, man.
Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice.
Right. Living sacrifice. So let's do the work, man. Carry on. Is it finished?
Holy, acceptable unto Yahweh.
See, holy, acceptable, because Yahweh is a holy power. So if you want to be acceptable to Yahweh, you have to teach yourself or rehearse to become holy. Very important. You become holy. See? Yeah, my life.
Which is your reasonable service.
Which is a reasonable service. So what we're doing is nothing special, Coming to do the work is a must. It's a must. Don't slack. But you were saying something in the beginning. You were saying something. I just remember it.
Oh yeah. No, I was saying that when I first got into the truth, like a whole year, very consistent, never broke the Sabbath, whatever. And the moment that man laid
That's
up,
ham.
Victor.
I'm trying to be Jake. That's ham. I know that. Tell him how the afro. Look at the hair. It doesn't flow. You see, something is missing. It might be Jake, but that's ham.
I can see why you say it's happening.
Yeah, because a lot of them live in that refugee.
oh, sir.
So because they're around there, they will try to be like Jake. Let's shake Jake right. Ham, you see ham, you know ham. It's a spiritual thing. Or just like him a lot.
No. I'm just saying like the moment that I laid with a woman,
Hey.
bro,
Upside down.
the decline was real because it's like say if you haven't been active for a while and you come active one time, it's like a trickle down effect.
Yeah, you want-
it's
you
like
want
you
it-
crave
you
it for a
crave
while
it for it.
until you don't crave it no
Yeah.
more. So my thing was so that's when I know that's why when you're speaking about wisdom and staying in the truth, I first hand experienced it. So you know what I'm saying? I know it's
You have to do due diligence. You have to work hard.
Yeah,
You have to, this truth, like me, I sacrifice so many things in my life. Man. I make myself lonely, people take their peace. Then my family, you know, I'm used to shame, humiliation, all of that. To me, I think that's my role to get there. You know, it doesn't matter. After they humiliate me or they put shame on me, it doesn't stay for a day, it goes away. You just become yourself again, let's go. You know? Hey, being uncomfortable in this truth, that's part of it. The thing about brother, they want to be comfortable every time. You cannot be comfortable. Even businessmen, people know that, man. You people, like these people, they go into a room full of white people, high people that belittle men. They will give him jokes, that belittle jokes. They have to stand firm and pitch the idea to find a sponsor. They know they're not to feel they're comfortable. No, they're not comfortable the whole time.
being comfortable is to be complacent also,
Yes,
innit? So
complacent. And this country, you know, makes you complacent. That's why the American, the Jake America, are more serious with this truth. Because over there, it's hard. You gotta go to get it. Over there, the social system is not that great. Over here, you can have a little thing in France. France, that's the reason why there's no truth, because France, the system is still good. The social system is still good over there. They don't care. Over there, people have a minimum in a way. So they don't care, man. The food is good. They don't care about you. And Jake, as long as Jake is good, they don't care about your hour. That's what I'm saying. So you have to be put out of your comfort zone. If you want to grow, you have to make it where every Saturday you go somewhere to learn. You gotta go to a station, which is a camp, a good one, to learn the truth consistently. Can't be one Saturday, the next Saturday, no, consistently. Sometimes I have the very bad because I ain't trying to eat good again, right? Now when because of my work and my food certain times, so I eat some nasty, chicken and chips and that. And I have a strong stomach upset. Like you were telling me, you will feel pain because your body is going. That's what I'm going through. Belly cramp and that. Pain. But I keep coming to the work. There was a time where sometimes I would speak, people don't know it. It's like I would drop after. Drink so that's why I drink a lot of water. But it's not easy, bro. Trying to do night shit that mess me up. I need to come every Saturday on time to do this work. That's the price to pay if you want to. That's why when the brother take this thing seriously, I respect the brother and I love them. But you can't be slacking, man, because you're not doing yourself a favor. Because when the time comes, you won't have it to what? You won't have the protection, man. Even some of the men will die in this truth. But they will die a death that's precious, though. So think about it. I'd rather die in the truth than die outside of the truth. I couldn't give a fuck about no agent. I'm telling you that now, man. I couldn't give a fuck about no army. I'm speaking from my heart. Doesn't mean I won't be scared when they come on me. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's gonna be tough that day. But I will say this. My prayer is to make it in the kingdom. My prayer as well is to dodge these these people when they come to me is to survive, man. Because you gotta be careful what you utter out of your mouth. Always utter good thing, positive thing, because you will manifest. You know? So let's be those living sacrifice, man. Let's do the work week in and week out, please, man. Let's for our own good, man. I don't chase a brother to be in the truth, you know.
Right.
That young brother came in trying before it was a joke. He's not there anymore. We don't want none of this spirit over here. We want people that are serious. You gotta understand what you're in it. I shouldn't be pushing you to come and do the work, man. When I first came in this shoe, I was like, every time I took this so seriously. That's because I lost my wife and my children. So when I go home, I was on my own. So I was like, no, man, imagine that. So I was like, imagine my life without the truth. It would be a mess. I ain't gonna tell you where I'm gonna find myself in 6 months. I'm like, no, man, I'm gonna have to join this truth. I joined it. If you need to, and there's nothing about knowing an Israelite and joining the truth. You cannot tell me you're going to school, you want to be a doctor, and you don't go to school. You gotta attend school. You gotta go to a camp that you feel like they teach you something and grow. It's not taking your own teaching, but you gotta grow with people. There's strength and power. There's something about it. There's the energy that comes with people that want to people, whether they say they edify you, but you're on your own there doing work. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, brother, we hope we are edified. Okay? We will say shalom. We will turn to the east and we give our praises. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Baha, Bakah, Bakah. Glory to Shalom. Yo, shalom, Israel. Yeah.